Hey, what's up, everybody? I wanted to jump on this mad mic here and just holler just for a moment because a couple of things. You know, I'm down here in Fort Lauderdale. Went to my high school, St. Thomas Aquinas High School, and just watched the game. Of course, they waxed. I don't even want to put the people out there. You know what I'm saying? Those young kids, they were playing hard. They can't mess with St. Thomas, but we all come back to show love, and then I see all the young dudes, they all gather around because they know this is the heritage, this is the lineage in which they are a part of. And I talk to them about carrying the ball while it's their time to carry the ball, to make sure they understand that it's not just about them. It's about everybody that is poured into them, everybody that's poured into that organization, all of them, everybody, every step you take, every decision you make, you got to take all of that with you once you put on that St. Thomas Aquinas High School uniform. That's what I told them. And they do represent us well. So tonight, I got a chance to see my high school play. Next week, I'll come back down to watch Miami play. And then, of course, you know, I'm always watching the Cowboys. But St. Thomas good, Miami good, Cowboys, I'm a bit worried about that, if you know what I mean. You know, just a bit worried about that this weekend. But I'm going to tell you what I have learned. I feel a lot better about it now than I did Tuesday when we first talked about it when I was live. You know what I mean? So I've learned something. And I think there's an old saying that someone has, and I read it somewhere, and it says, only a fool shall have himself for a master. That means you already know what you know. If you only gonna listen to you, you're a fool, because you'll never learn anything else. You only know what you know, and there's something you don't know, and you won't even listen to someone to try to help you know. That's why they dub and tag you the fool. You see what I'm saying? And I don't want to be that fella. Don't you be that fella neither. So what I said to myself now is, okay, no more decisions being made on Tuesday. Any brilliant man, any smart man, any reasonable man, even any damn dummy has to know that the most important thing you need to make a decision is information. And I looked over this schedule Tuesday and giving you guys things Tuesday on who I want and who I like and who's going to win this and who's going to win that. And I did that on Tuesday. That was out of line. Out of line. Are you joking? All the information that goes on and comes in between Tuesday and Friday in the National Football League is insane. It's incredible. That's why football is so powerful, because every day is something new, and you got to shape that, fit it in, work it in, and then still bring together 53 men that can go out and impose their will on another 53 men who wants to feed their children just like those men do. You see what I mean? So you can't just improve skill. You got to have will to go beat them jokers down. So I'm just telling you, it just takes a different thing. You know what I mean? It takes a different thing. So I need to know all that information, so I won't be doing that again. And as a matter of fact, I want to come back and talk about a few of those things that I looked at over the season. Okay, I said Rams and 49ers are both beat up, right? The game should be easy. And I said I feel comfortable about it because of Kyle Shanahan. And I know a lot of the guys on offense are beat up. But then I find out so is Nick Bosa. That's the difference. Kyle Shanahan can fill dudes in on offense. You can't fill Kyle. Nobody can fill in John Bosa. Nick Bosa, I mean, speaking of Bosa. Bosa was another young man I saw right on that same field at St. Thomas Aquinas High School. You know what I mean? He was one of the same young men. You go, we go. That's what we say at St. Thomas Aquinas Raiders. You go, we go. That's a hell of a thing, man, to hear all them young men say it together every time Coach said, what's up? You go, we go. So, yeah, we produce those things like Bosa. So all them other dudes out, that's one thing. But Bosa, I know he has his defense saying, you go, we go. And what they really mean is to Bosa is, you go, that's how we go. See, when Bosa go, that's how that defense go. And if Bosa out, man, things can be different. I'm not saying I would switch over and pick the Rams, but I'm just saying things will be different. All of a sudden, too, I'm going to tell you this. After some of the information I gotten in, I'm feeling a little bit better about Philadelphia going up against the Saints. I might have been a little emotional when I thought the Saints earlier would just run through them. Maybe I was emotional. Since the Saints whooped my ass, I figured I'll put them a punch ass, let them whoop all that too. But the reality is, the deeper and deeper I look into this, and the more and more I hear each side talk, I'm saying maybe Philly is a little bit closer to this than I thought. And it's the only thing that holds me from jumping all the way is, dude, let me tell you this if I ain't never told you nothing. I've never played in a place like New Orleans. When it is at full throttle, it's real. It's so scary. I told this dude that I grew up with one time, and, you know, he was doing nefarious things. And I said to him, I said, man, how would you describe the most scary thing? Or what would you say? And he said to me, he said, man, yeah. That's too street. Maybe I better not even tell you. No, you know, I am going to tell you what this joker said. You know what this joker said to me? This joker said he's seen some fear that would turn a pimp into a punk. I said, what? Joker, you know that's some Fort Lauderdale stuff, right? That's, Negro, where you get that from? Hey, man, they scared you so much. They scared him so much he turned a pimp into a punk. That's what he said. I'm just sharing it with you. I don't know where these jokers come up with that. But that's what he came up with. And I said, that joker had to be scared. That joker right there had to be scared to do something like that. But let me just back up. I'm digressing. Let me get back to it. I'm just telling you, that kind of scare that I felt when I was in New Orleans, that kind of scare that those fans will bring down and cascade upon the Philadelphia Eagles. The thing that makes me wonder is this. The Eagles, who literally had like a players-only team meeting after week 2 loss, is going to come into that dome already that kind of scared. And when you break it down, if you go man for man, I'm going to take the Eagles' talent, even minus A.J. Brown, over the Saints' talent. And I'm just saying, even though I was that kind of scared, pimp to punk scared, when I played in New Orleans, I didn't come in that dome already pimp to punk scared like the Philadelphia Eagles are right now. I'm telling you, that's a scary deal right there. That's a scary bet for all of you to bet. I love that I can say that now. That's a scary bet for all of you bet now. That's why I'm just putting it out there, just giving you that. I'm just letting you know. Another game, and I talked about on Tuesday, right? Minnesota and the Texans. Then I dive deeper and deeper into it. I see 18 targets to Collins. You only got 12 targets total to Stephon Diggs. And then I look at and say these teams are so evenly matched And I know that I evenly matched in our mind. We got Houston here, Minnesota here. We got Stroud here, Sam Darnold there. You know what I'm saying? So we got a whole huge difference. But the reality is Minnesota is second in sacks with 11. Houston is third with 9. Both of these teams get to the quarterback. Now my battle becomes here. I love seeing what I'm seeing in Sam Darnold. I want to see how far he can take it. See how far he can take it. See what he can do. And when you got a guy like Justin Jefferson, you feel confident. But they got some big plays last week, man. Big plays. And now I have to come back and say, okay, if pressure is put on Sam Darnold and pressure is put on C.J. Stroud, and pressure will be put on both of them because both of these teams can rush the quarterback, which quarterback will I take? C.J. Stroud wins that battle. And that's why I say I feel pretty confident about that game. And also get this, Minnesota's coming off of a last-second win. Last-second wins are always difficult. Always difficult. So, yeah, I'm just saying I would go more heavy towards Houston in that situation. One last thing I want to tell you, I almost want to call it. But Atlanta was coming off a last-second win, not Minnesota. Atlanta's coming off a last-second win. That's why I'm scared. I almost want to call a serious upset here because, think about this now, Atlanta comes off that last-second drive and everything, and now they're playing the Chiefs back home. Atlanta, who opened up the season with a poor game, can now solidify everything and make sure everybody say they are on top. And all they got to do is beat the champs. I want to call that upset. My Kahana hunger's big, but they ain't that big. I just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I can't go against 5. Even though that thing will be in the dome down there in Chocolate City, Atlanta. I can't go against the 5, man. God, that's a hard one. That's a hard one. That's a hard one, boy. But if anybody can do it, Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, back-to-back big-time games in prime time. Monday night, Sunday. Oh, my God. That'll be off the chain. I'm just saying, let's watch that. Now, before we go anywhere, I want to say something. Just right fast. I want to jump sports here because I think this to be incredible. And I want us to consider it. When I'm on air, my job has always been to try to entertain, educate, and then hopefully edify. So that means I want to tickle your brain, kind of crack your cranium and fertilize it, make you think about some things. And I want to make you think about this. 50-50 club or 51-51, wherever Shohei is right now, is mind-boggling. So much that my mind that can only wrap around possibilities and realities can't stretch this far. You understand what I'm saying? When we have had the best athletes we've ever had come through here and marvel at the simple 40-40 club. We got clubs, 40-40 club. The mark was such it was a holy grail. It was a holy grail. Now, you're telling me, out of all of these brothers that came through here, all of these brothers, all of these players, in the 40-40 club being that prestigious, being what that is, that, oh my God, Shohei comes in here and swipes it away. Not only is he the best hitter in the league, he's the best pitcher in the league, and then he doubles down and wipe out the 40-40 for a 51-50 as he try to head towards a 60-60, and ain't nobody wondering nothing? When at the time Barry Bonds then was running away with things, Soon after that is when they came in with the steroids investigation. No way they could be hitting that ball like that and doing that. No way, no way, no way. I ain't throwing no salt on nobody game. I ain't saying that. But man, something make me open all 5 of my damn eyes. The 2 in my head and the 3 in my name. All 5 of my eyes have to open and look at this thing. And I'm going to tell you something right now, bro. Bro, I don't know. Think about this. It's great for baseball. Are they like for Major League Baseball, what he's doing? Are they lightening the load on these baseballs so they can fly like this? Joker, I ain't mind if he hit 44, 45. We gonna get, how many you going to the 60-60 club and ain't nobody gonna say nothing? Ain't nobody gonna say, wow, we gotta investigate this. We just gonna take it? That's all I'm saying, man. Hey, man, listen, if ain't nothing funny going on, let me back down and say congratulations. What a hell of a feat. I know everything else I've seen in sports, when somebody jump over the very best we've ever seen, it is never by this kind of a margin. And when it is this kind of a margin, I need to jump on the damn Mad Mike and say, can somebody please look into that shit and see what's going on and report back, since that's not my sport.